Hey y'all, I just need to hurry up and like get this out on the like to be continued. Trying to finish it up. Um, cause like after all that happened and everything, and then of course I thought it later. I was like, maybe I need to jot it down. Like I started state of, and I called the Supreme Court. Not, you know, he doesn't need to go to the Supreme Court again, whatever. I told my son years ago, it's like, I imagine me getting arrested for a letter I wrote. And he's like, Mom, I was like, well, if you gone through what I have, you'd see what I'm saying. And I was just going to send two sentences. Um, and I have a permanent restraining order, so, um, whatever. And then, of course, see how long it took me to talk about that. So, yeah, when I made the call yesterday, I said, I was like, well, and then I was like, well, see that I was like explaining. I said I was in a group meeting and I asked her who's tracking our children, and then I'm like, and my son stood up to that when he was 13 or 14 years old about going to the Chromebooks, and then I said, because nobody in her family was taking up for her, and I'm the only one that was taking up for her. So, and I was going off on her when I was going off on them because they didn't protect my daughter. The social workers and DHR can come up into anybody's home and cause problems, but yet the schools and them didn't protect my daughter. But in the same day that I said, well, who's tracking our children? That was the same day I filled out the HALT form, and then the very next day she got hit by her, several different times. They never took any responsibility. And then I mean, like I'm going through all this. And then I'm like, and then like when I'm on the phone and I'm like, the cops call, I said, it's like all this is as a result in so many words. And then it's like, and then, oh yeah, and then I was like, it's like, then my son gets pulled over twice. Oh, well, then the one time, I'm sorry, the one time was like maybe whenever, but then he gets pulled over. And then I was like, and then later he's walking on the road, and then he goes to jail. Well, of course, this and that and the other. And then he goes to psych ward. He was in psych ward for a week. Oh yeah, and then they let him out the same day that I go to the same hospital with dislocated arm. So yeah, at one point, when the cops when I get them involved, I say they let. I was like, well, I said, see, I didn't call y'all. My son helped get him out. I mean, of course, when I say these things, and I'm like, well, yeah. Someone really thought they could come and abuse a mom with a grown son like that? Like, what? Like, I'm not stupid. I know that he's not stupid. I believe that he knows I'm not an addict. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, just get me all messed up. Anyways, so, oh, wait, yeah, let me try to finish this. Not getting paid to rap here. That's so, how, like, let's wrap it up. Can we do that? Anyways, so, oh yeah, so then later, like, I pointed out to the cop, like, they let my son out the day I went, I mean, he was there for a week. And that's what I was trying to explain to my dad before the ex-husband, before this one time, which that adds on to everything. They didn't put him in the hospital for a week, I don't think. They didn't put this crazy person in there for a week. And then when I made the call talking about the bill, I said, she's asking how old he is. And I said, he's not going to call and talk to y'all about this bill. And then I was like, I would have gotten him on disability long time ago if I knew that America was going to be like this now. But then I'm like, well, I said, well, never mind. I said, it was about 20 years ago that I fell out in the hospital, and then they billed me for the x-rays that they gave me. And I said, my mom said something, and they took off the bill. So never mind about that one. I mean, whoa. What do I need to do? So yeah, whenever I make the calls, I'm like, why are we getting abused? Why is only certain people getting used and abused? And then I'm getting a call about the dislocated arm. And I'm like, I told the cops that he did it. You think they care? No. I'm the one getting billed for it. And then he was in there for a week and getting billed $11,000. And I called and I said, so the doctor decides if he can leave or not, and the doctor's keeping him there, so he's the one that's getting charged. And then just to make it funny, kinda, I told the lady, I said, then he gets out and realizes there's a tick on him. I'm not the nurse. I'm not the doctor. I'm the one having to call him or read, because you can get aggressive behavior. And then I was kind of trying to get to a point of saying if he has some disorder now. So I said, I can't sue the tick community. And then she just ends up hanging up on me. At least I made some points, I guess. That was a lot, wasn't it? So, to go through all that, because part of that leads up to what I was trying to say about the whole cop thing, because, like, you know, whenever he, like I said, I saw the cop, he had his hand on his gun. I realized he thought something, so he's at the edge of the truck. And then he's like making sure of me. And then I'm like, he thinks whatever. So, and I had on an army dress. I wasn't even going to put that on. I didn't want to put on what I had. I'm trying to remember that part because I got her to calm down. She had kicked my truck. So when they came, they're like, well, we got a call that a girl was yelling. Because I was like, there's no point in y'all being here. You know. And then, well, we got a call about a girl yelling. I said, yeah, because she's upset because her family isn't standing up for her and she got abused in the school and this and that and the other. And I let her yell. I mean, like, y'all could just be here 10, 15 minutes. Get out of here. I mean, really. I mean, and of course, I don't think I ever was able to get that out. Like, say that. Be like, well, you got to, like... Do y'all have to be here 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 45 minutes when I explain to you what happened? And I had already explained to them I had trauma from y'all because you and your boys don't do things about crimes. However I worded it. And he did say, well, I just met you. Well, you sure as heck abused me and I just met you. And I said, I know, I understand that, I know, but I'm just explaining. So it jerks my arm, whatever. Oh yeah, so when he jerked my arm, I think I fell or whatever. So I'm just like, and I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, however all that happened. And as soon as he jerked my arm, he came to mine. I don't know why. There's no recourse of action here. Here's action. There's however to word this, you know. Twist my arm. I'm going to detain you. Well, why? For our safety. Okay. Okay. I mean, okay. But sir, you're trying to put the cuff on while my arm's still twisted. And then just however that happened, and then, oh yeah, and then just knocks me down. The photos are out there. Scraped on the knee. That ended up being, and I think it's still kind of there. Bump on my arm. Sorry. Okay, so okay, detainment. Well, they had to abuse me before all that. Oh yeah, so when I was at the truck, I felt like, oh yeah, they think I'm some threat, so I kept the door open. It was a long dress, but still. So it's keeping the door open, and then that's when, whatever. And then, oh yeah, so 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 when I got out of the truck, the same cop's kind of over this way, and then he still looked like he had his hand on his gun. And then so before he abused me and all that, before all that happened or whatever, I yelled, "I'm not a threat," because I didn't know what to say, because they were scaring me. They ended up abusing me, and I knew that they were going to abuse me. And then look and see what happened after all that. And I'll get back to this in just a minute, but then I told my son, I said, while he was there, I was like, I said, he probably got in touch with me to get me away from him. It was in the other room. Can't remember right now if he might have heard me and said, he doesn't want you. I don't know. I can't remember. I was just vaguely thinking, is that what was said? But then even then, I'm like, so I got to choose my abuser? Like, what is wrong? I'm not spoiled goods because I was no one's goods to begin with. Definitely not theirs. And if God and Jesus isn't real, then why are they attacking me so much? Because Jesus Christ is my Savior, and He was my first love. He is my first love, and He's my soulmate. Why does that sound so weird? Or if it does at all, if people are supposed to be Christians. And I shouldn't be having to be judging or group people up. So when I was on the call yesterday, I went through a list of some of the things I just mentioned. And I said, and I'm having to explain to this group of people what's going on here. This group of people, how it's going on. And then I started realizing and thinking, well, yeah, these people are like in a parade. Hey, I'm the teacher. Hey, I'm the nurse. Hey, I'm the da-da-da. Hey, my life's just wonderful. My life is fine, but I'm just saying, that's the first videos I did. Like, everybody else been free but me? This is crazy. And then I'm like, I'm not Alice. I'm not Dorothy. I'm not Snow White. Write me out of your scripts. That's what I'm leading up to, trying to. So I said, I'm not a threat. Right after that was the Floyd thing. So we're out to eat. Not too long after that, my daughter says something. And I said, honey, we just got kind of abused by them. And you're worried about the strong black man? And my family knows me. They know I'm not scared. They're just like, and then of course I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, that might have sounded kind of rude. Don't you think black men would probably say the same thing? Well, she's got a point. We're strong black men. If someone's going to call you racist, and if you're not racist, most of the time you just think it's funny. Because it would be to me if someone thought that. It's racist to say the truth. So it was frustrating me. So I'm sitting there seeing people on videos. We're not a threat. I'm like, that's what I said. And then I got abused. So not too long after that, trying to explain to my sweet Christian neighbor lady what happened here at my dad's. And then, someone else. And I shouldn't even have to make it a race issue, but I'm like, I'm a white female and I'm getting treated like this by the white man. I shouldn't look at any of this as a race thing anyways. But don't you think it pissed me off that my daughter telling me something like, da-da-da-da. And then I say, right after that, I said, well, I think something might be to it. I said, your big brother got pulled over and he was giving someone a ride. So maybe there is something to this. And I had put out stuff on the T. Maybe I'll just T, on the T. And it wasn't long after that he had showed up. Well, whatever, but, I mean, I don't know if I was finished there, but, oh yeah, so anyway, so I'm like, oh yeah, so I was telling her, I was like, but that's just it, honey. I'm the one trying to look and study on whatever, because that movement was like, I mean, I want to do that. That interests me. Sorry, I'm not worldly like that. Like, oh yeah, let's do this, let's do that. I mean, whatever. I'd rather study. Like, and then I told my dad yesterday, I said, I'm so mad, like, why wouldn't I want to get a bat and go break the windows at the federal building and go down the list of some of this that they've already done to me and then deny me when I was only on it for a few years? I mean, my dad looks at it like that, like, you've worked since you were 17, I know. I mean, my family knows me, you know? They've always known I've been a hard worker. And I wanted to be a homicide detective or a lawyer, and I couldn't do it. That's why I think that everything's a setup. That's why I think they all are in it or whatever, because I couldn't even get it. They wouldn't even let me get a degree. I mean, a couple of years ago when I was working on my autobiography, I was like writing it like, oh, you could still have a life and live a life. I'm young. No, I can't. I mean, as I revisit it and read it, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. I can't. Like I said, everybody else has been free to do what they want but me. I have to, like, no, I don't have to do anything. I'm not even going to say that sentence. Oh, yeah, so I was trying to explain to her, I was like, I'm trying to piece it together. I mean, it was 15, 20, whatever years, or however many years that movement party was before the Civil War. Have I ever heard that throughout the years? Oh, we all became slaves after that, you know. I mean, some of us had always known things weren't always the way it was said or how it was. And I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I feel like other countries know their past a whole lot better than Americans. I don't know for sure, you know. I mean, this is too much. And like I said, I don't know what to do about it. But I'm really frustrated and I'm really mad about all this. I don't understand why I wouldn't be. And then after everything that's already happened, it's like, I don't want to be tortured before I die. Because that's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like it's leading up to that. I mean, yeah, I told my family, I said, y'all might just get shot and I'm going to get tortured. You know, so like what, I can't study? I can't just do what I would like to do? I still can't do something I want to do? And yeah, nobody's ever said, oh, you seem racist. I mean, none of that has ever come up. I mean, I know these people. They know me. I mean, I grew up with people, you know. I have no idea what their impression of me or what they would say about me. I don't really know. But I know a few years ago, I reshared a post of my dad's because I thought it was really sweet. And I was pretty much saying that that's why this is one reason or why I learned or whatever to treat people with respect and kindness, because you don't know what's happened in their life. because I had an aunt years before I was born to die in a wreck. All four of them. Four in the one car, and then the one lady in the other car. They all died. And then a year later, his dad had a heart attack and died. And that was all before I was born, you know. And it was really sweet post. I mean, it was like kind of went in his, I don't know, however it went. But, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't, I'll probably just go ahead and end it here, but I'm trying to think if I didn't cover something, because I did want to hurry up and get all that out, or whatever, you know. It's a lot, once again. All right, I'll see you soon. God bless.